Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Greetings, cosmic conscious creators of the royal Lyra nation, of the new Lemuria rising. We keep rising together as we walk each other home to the sublime realm of everlasting life. As the old false 3D matrix continues to dissolve and crumble, the 5D new earth is rising out of the rubble and debris to form the new base resonance of our divine co-creation and unity consciousness. We have a huge sunspot on our local Solaris that has tripled in size over the last 24 hours that is preparing to release some of the most powerful diamond white plasma light in this timeline. With the most powerful activations and upgrades, we are being reborn and resurrected into the new time of heaven on earth. The fiery Leonin energies continue to pour into this realm through the Lion's Gate portal. The energies are coming in on waves of adamantine light. The blue ray from our spiritual sun Sirius is filling Pachamama with the divine feminine holy waters of the Great Spirit. This is the cleansing and purification of all the nadis of Mother Earth and all her children of the sun. We have reached a critical mass of the 144,000 and are at the tipping point where the quantum shift into the new golden age of eternal bliss consciousness is within the emergence of 144 points of light of our crystalline 12-strand DNA. With the power of our almighty I Am presence, we blaze our field and the electromagnetic field of Gaia with the violet flame of Saint Germain. All things are perfectly resolved in the unborn mind of Buddha. In this resolution we bring to fruition all our heart's delights, to transform this simulation completely into the paradise she has always evolved to be. We are in the final phases of this great awakening until we reach a total compression breakthrough in our exodus into the new Jerusalem of peace and prosperity for all sentient beings of the light. Aho, El Shaddai Adonai, Om, Shanti, Shanti. Welcome, beloved beings of light. I am Paul White Gold Eagle with PrimeDisclosure.com. We have many powerful transmissions again for you today from our Sacred New Earth scribes, so be sure to stick around to the very end, and please do us a favor and share this video with your teams and tribes all over this realm. We continue with the Sabian symbols. Right now the moon is at 12 degrees, 15 minutes Libra. The sun is at 10 degrees, 48 minutes Leo. The current Sabian symbol for the sun at 11 degrees Leo. Children on a swing in a huge oak tree. And the current Sabian symbol for the moon at 13 degrees Libra. Children blowing soap bubbles. From astrologyweekly.com. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Valerie A. Elster. Feeling a reunification of the species forthcoming, a true union of souls, divine union. And from Divine Brother of the Light, Rick Jewers, the 8th door, gate, chakra, Stargate, is opened for transit. This transit is unprecedented, and the highest purity is required. Love and light, Rick. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Elizabeth Peru, a poignant message of light. This week the cosmic energies are elaborate. Everyone is feeling it, and so I have a message for everyone who is questioning their intuition and as a result undervaluing their abilities and worth. You'll never be more ready to take the leap of faith and trust in yourself than you are right now. You'll never be more ready than you are right now. Resonate? If so, then make this moment your turning point. I'm with you on the path of higher knowing. It's never a crowded path. There's space for everyone to just be. From ElizabethPeru.com. And from our Divine Sistar of the Light, Victoria Lillianquest. Holding you all in my heart. We are so blessed to have each other and our dear friendships on this journey. The energies are swirling. I feel we definitely are shifting quickly into our new reality. Day to day, we are experiencing and feeling two worlds simultaneously. Are you feeling it? Sending you all strength, clarity, vision, hope, and inner knowing that truly the other realm is merging in and out of our minutes, hours, days, a positive and welcome change. Stay in the love, much love and huge blessings, Victoria. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Nicole T. Woke up buzzing, charging further as the day progresses. No wean off as with previous upgrades. Lionsgate fully open now. No waiting for 8-8. Tap in now. Intend for the higher vibrational energies to impact you. That's all it takes. Then sit in excited anticipation, knowing it's on its way to you. Dream the most beautiful dreams for yourself. Allow yourself to believe they are working their way to you. Trust in the laws of the universe. That which we seek is also seeking us. We do this through magnetism. Dream it, activate it, do it. And let your wildest dreams manifest before your very eyes. Buzz it into existence. You manifested yourself into form. That's how powerful you are. Remember that? Nothing to do but love. Peace. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Christy Ashley. I have been very deeply feeling and seeing massive energetic attachments clearing out within the collective big time over the last 24 hours. This is creating a boomerang effect where lessons of the past that you may have thought were dealt with and released previously can come flying back in again for deeper integration. You may come into feelings of anxiety, restlessness, emptiness, anger or sadness with fatigue and heaviness felt in the physical body as this energy moves out of your field. Please know that this will pass and the burdens placed on your heart and shoulders are being lifted. Amethyst frequencies are continuing to clear out any confusion or lingering doubts you may be experiencing in order to bring a higher concentration of truth and light to these situations, relationships. Stay in the heart. Know your worth. Hold your ground. Keeping it short and sweet today because I'm feeling so tired at the moment and have been integrating a lot myself over the last few days, but so much more to come on this topic. Love you, family. Christy Ashley. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Judith Kusel. I was told this morning during my quiet time that the past has completely gone. It is no more. Thus, if we now cling in any way to the past, we are missing the boat, literally. So become aware of what still needs to let go of and let go. It will only impact negatively on your life if you hold on to it. Set yourself free. There is nothing more to fear, only the new to embrace with love. Embrace the eternal now. From JudithKusel.com. And from Divine Brother of the Light, Pars Kute. As we reactivate the etheric threefold flame of divine will, divine love, and divine wisdom, which has always been in place over our solar power center as our shield of divine protection, we will once more have the assurance that all energies of a negative vibration will be transmuted before they are allowed to enter our energetic force field. Through our conscious endeavors, we are gradually balancing our chakra system, the 7 major energy and mind centers within the body, which contain the Creator's 7 virtues, attributes, and abilities for our solar system. This is so they will, once again, spin truly and in harmony. This in turn opens and unifies the 7 seals of solar consciousness, which allows access to the higher multidimensional chakra system and the 5 higher rays of galactic consciousness. Within divine love of one, Pars Kute, and from Divine Sister of the Light, Anna Maria Sophia. As a highly evolved light being stepping on your mission, you'll be inviting the distractions in your field. These distractions are here to show you where you are giving your power away and how to release that which is not serving you, that which is taking power away from you. Your highest mission is coming from your inner being. It is coming from your heart, that is connected to the kingdom of heaven that is within you. Your mission here doesn't come from your head and what you think you should do here. It is indeed coming from your higher alignment with the source of your heart. You are not here to do what you think you should do, and therefore your mission is not conditioned by the external. All you have to do is align with your heart and let your divine team and spirit work through you. Everything is coming from the alignment in the divine time and in divine order. Divine time is not conditioned by linear time, but by the alignment. Alignment with your heart and the well of freedom, an infinite higher intelligence that is within you. And you have come here to allow that kingdom to work through you and bless this world. Lionsgate is all about heart expansion and alignment with that king, queen heart, so that we can step forward on our mission and take all of our power back, and never be distracted by our logical mind again, nor the external distractions. When you don't react to the external, instead you are just being the observer. You are staying in your alignment with the infinite power that is guiding you. We all have our own unique divine signature, and we have our own unique codes and unique part in this building of the new. And it is only in the alignment with that signature, that is our own unique code of freedom, is that we can serve to the one. Step into your heart, dear one, and align with your inner kingdom, and watch this world rise into unity consciousness and one love that is operating from the one. One heart, one love. Namaste. Ana Maria Sophia. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Aluna Joy Yashkin. We are coming to a time where the overlap between what was and what will be is at its most saturated and most concentrated point. Dimensions and timelines are overlapping, one over the other, creating an energy bridge for us to cross. This is what we experience when moving from one age to the next. One cannot make rational sense of it at this point. There is no truth in this flux reality. The only truth is within you, but even this is like reading the letters in a book that are floating on an endless ocean. We can see the world fracturing apart before our eyes, and yet we are floating in the strange bubble of being comfortable with the uncertainty. It feels weird, like we are in suspended state. It feels like we are a bit out of the body. It feels like we are watching a movie. Yet we are merged with everything and all life. Yet this time is becoming less confusing. We have become detached from the chaos. This is when we know we have reached a non-dualistic state, where we have entered a profound state of witnessing. Each of us will follow a frequency of our own choosing. There is no judgment on the choices or directions we take. Each will flow with a frequency that is the core truth of each soul. It is a great migration of souls that cannot be stopped. To fight this passage is to also fight your own soul, and there will be those who try. There is no controlling or organizing this time. The linear will become spherical, and dimensions will become unending fractals. We are being bathed and cocooned in Creator's divine light. We can only become lost in the frequencies to find ourselves reborn. From alunajoy.com. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Ali Ray. For those of you precious hearts who are feeling intense physical, emotional, and mental discomforts, it may be helpful to know that our beloved planet is experiencing a process that is being felt in you. This will affect people very uniquely, as we each are in various states and alignments in any given moment. Beyond these intense physical, emotional, and mental states, some precious hearts may be feeling as if reality itself is coming undone. 144 coming in. Beloveds, please release any fear that may be arising surrounding your sensations and experiences. If there is anything to do, it is to breathe. Yes, it may feel incredibly overwhelming, and you may feel like breathing itself is impossible. But please, precious hearts, breathe. Slow your inner intensity by putting your attention on your breath. Breathe into your heart. Everything that you are experiencing can be made simple by doing your utmost to let go and float through what is happening. Quiet your mind and fears as best you can, and keep doing your utmost to remain in your heart. Yes, this is all easier said than done, but indeed it's worth it. We are riding these epic waves together as one, beloveds. Remember that you are so very, very loved, and there is not one moment that God is not there with you. Go deeply into your heart. Commune with God. Through all of these epic waves of change, you will find the courage to finally rest in God. You are a hero of love. Keep going, precious hearts. We were born for this. No fear, only love. I so love you, beloveds. Love is, love is, love is. God is, God is, God is. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Mary Long. Been experiencing frequencies I have never heard before. Last night the crickets were sending messages. Usually their tones will change, but it was like a choir of the same frequency. As I continue to tune into them, the frequencies became so much louder. It is actually the first time I have ever heard them do that. Then this morning I'm sitting on my back porch meditating, and I hear another different frequency, but not sure where it came from, and now my ears are ringing. These energies are definitely bringing us more in tune with ourselves and everything around us. It is difficult to stay aligned with all that is coming into us, especially if we are distracted by outside forces that want to keep us in their control. A lot is already beginning to surface in the outside world as we continue to elevate and expose the darkness that has been on this planet for eons. We will feel overwhelmed some days. It is like this is all filtering through our own light to bring it all into a balanced state. Taking moments in silence, tuning into what is being brought into our awareness during these vibrant times is crucial so we can stay heart-centered and align ourselves with the energies that are here to help all life on this planet. Nature has many messages if we take a moment to listen. The best time for me is at night and early mornings when the birds are singing. Even spending time with the water spirits is very helpful, even if it may be in a swimming pool. Just laying back, floating around in the pool helps tune things out so I can align with what is coming in. These are such beautiful times we are in, loves. Our ascension process seems to be speeding up, while others seem to be exiting this dimension in their own ways rather than in their physical vessels. All is of the divine. Nothing can stop this deep love we are all feeling within us. It just keeps getting stronger. Have a magical Tuesday. Take some time for yourselves. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Aurora Ray. The 3D timeline is expiring. We are witnessing its total collapse. As we are navigating through the remains of the third-dimensional matrix, we are being challenged to the very core of our beliefs and emotional responses as they are all being triggered in unprecedented ways. There's no shame in being human. There's no guilt in experiencing emotions. The importance is how you deal with it and how you act upon your emotions. Being human and having the depth of emotions only humans have is what makes life on planet Earth so desirable. It's the experience of life that is offered only on Earth, which is contrary to existence, and being as other life forms on other star systems. The human race cannot and will not continue to live from the ego, unaware of spirit, disconnected from the astral world, and chronically deficient of divine light and love. 10 years ago, we naively thought that when the time of change would finally arrive, we would be in utter joy, peace, and abundance. The human part of each of us held tight to the idea of a romantic and beautiful paradigm shift. We ignored all the warnings of the Pleiadian, Andromedan, Arcturian, and Lyran elders of the Galactic Federation. This doesn't mean that there is no light at the end of the tunnel, but rather that it gets darkest right before the dawn. We are responsible for our world and our evolution as a race. Nobody else is. Every being is responsible for their own. Many on planet Earth are responsible for severe crimes against humanity. They are guilty of unleashing Armageddon on the peoples of Earth in the form of global mass genocide. This is the greatest Holocaust, and it has been well prepared, planned, and executed by the dark forces. Make no mistake, Judgment Day is coming. But in the meanwhile, the tragedy commences. These are testing times. It is okay to admit your heart is broken. It is okay to cry and feel overwhelming sadness and pain. It is okay to fear for your loved one's safety. You are human. You might also be a starseed, but understand one thing. You have chosen to be human in this lifetime. This is the bottom line. Constantly trying to find out which star you're from is escapism, when true spirituality is about arriving in the now here moment, the only time and place where you exist. Now is the time to allow these emotions to move through you. Acknowledge them and embrace them. They are here for a reason. Meditate to keep a sense of clarity and open your mind to divine guidance. Now is the time to be strong, to be wise, to be patient, to be compassionate. I have to emphasize the importance of meditation. Do not expect anything in your life to change for the better if you cannot sit in silence with nothing but your own presence for at least 20 minutes per day. I wish that you will all finally understand that there's no outside source to tell you who you are or what your mission is. This answer lies in the stillness of your heart, in the silence between your breaths. Here you will find your God power that is beyond any labels. Labels belong to the 3D matrix that is crumbling like a cheap house of cards, but it is not going down without a big bang. Take a deep breath and know that it is your conscious awareness, your level of understanding and seeing the bigger picture is what this world desperately needs. Say out loud, I want to evolve. I call light into my being. I want to heal. It is your light that lights the world. As we are evolving and preparing for physical ascension, we must take care of the body more than ever. Physical ascension means that the DNA is evolving and changing the structure of the body. May the source be with you. Aho, with love, Aurora Ray, Lyran Commander, and Ambassador of the Galactic Federation, from thegalacticfederation.com. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Karen Lithica, Communication, Whales and Dolphins. See the opportunity for cross-communication between ancient light lineages. Be amongst the great migration of whales. Visit the deep oceans. Capture the morphogenetic light field of our ancestors. Open your crystalline mind to reach such places. For light harmonic synthesis is calling you. Like the ancient sites of your world, the mammalian connection is of high importance, particularly those who feel the deep oceanic connection. For certain species activate different aspects of your light evolution, your light field. For the whales emit their light language as vocal tones, light pulsations available to us as sound and vibrational tones. As wayshowers, we ask you to align to our crystalline beings for support, enhancement, and alignment. Communication with every being is expanding now, as you align to the higher dimensional light framework. As your construct expands, we are intimately realigned to Gaia's multidimensional crystalline grid, enabling this connection. As we return to the innate connection of Gaia, see no limitations as we enter a new spectrum of light. New earth blessings, simply open your consciousness to higher light communication. Love equals unity. The Arcturians and Karen, from KarenLithica.com. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Carolyn 144 God Code. In Hebrew, she is Shekinah. Aryans called it Vril. Chinese call it Chi. Hindu and Vedic call it Prana and Kundalini. Scientific communities call it Tesla energy. Biblically, she is called the Holy Spirit. This energy is the divine feminine Christ. She is a creator, alchemist, and birther. When this spirit is put in you by the Most High, she will awaken your 5 bodies back to source. This is all done through the chakra system, which is the portal between the physical body and spirit. When we harness her energy, we merge and become one within her essence. We hold her abilities of being the divine mother of creation through us. She is love. She is unity. She is oneness, and she is creation. She loves your mind, body, heart, soul, and human spirit. It is our birthright to reunite with her in this lifetime and return back into the Garden of Eden, the garden of delight and pleasure. This is ordained by God. Say yes to this offer and receive your baptismal to go back home to our Father. We are moving through a time warp shift in the perception of our reality. What once was is no longer. This may be obvious for some and oblivious for others. Therefore, it is wise for you to trust your own guidance and wisdom during this shift of ages we are moving through. All galactic ground crew are receiving a major transformation and overhaul into the light body. Light codes will continue all of August, eradicating the devil out of our systems for ascension. This is the final purge and push through to the other side. What is needed now is focus until this is completed. Be very sober and vigilant to not let entity spirits back into your life. They will try and incept themselves through any lagging in self-worth or codependency. Sovereignty and supreme authority over your time, space, and energy is much more beneficial. Help yourself right now rather than others. Doing so is an act of self-love that is needed to heal and mend your heart for ascension. Nourish yourself. Set yourself free. Be unapologetically self-loving. Release all that's unhealthy. Rise up and move beyond the old wounded self. You have purified enough and are much wiser. No longer do you need to sacrifice for other people. Now is the time to put an end to this through radical self-love and extreme boundaries. In Jesus Christos' name, Amen. God bless you, Carolyn Kundalini Twin Flames. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Debbie Edwards. Finding the middle ground for the moon in Libra, August 2nd, 2022. Today the moon moves into the air sign of Libra, setting a tone of gentle balance to temper the heat and tumultuous flames of cosmic intensity we are experiencing right now. Here are today's aspects to pay attention to. Mars square the Sun. Mars squares Saturn. Uranus square the Sun. Uranus square Saturn. North Node square Saturn. Chiron square Venus. Sun trine Jupiter. Venus trine Neptune. Sun trine Chiron. Some of us may be reeling in a bit of heated bitterness, trying to figure out why things have happened to us the way they have. This may bring a lot of old wounds to the surface, especially personal ones we have harbored for many years, even since childhood, involving people we thought were supposed to nurture, love, and protect us. Some of us may be trying to figure out the best course of action. Do we throw in the towel and walk away from the people, places, and things that have caused us tremendous pain? Or do we find a way to reconcile what we've experienced so that we can all be free? This is quite a tall order, but we are receiving a bit of help from the cosmos to sort it all out. With the moon in Libra, we are going to have an opportunity to diplomatically state our case and find a middle ground. We are reminded that we are all just people trying to figure out the curveballs of life. We all desire to reconcile the ebbs and flows of life on this material plane. The truth is, we all suffer. We all experience unfair and unjust wounds, but we also have a resilience within us that lights a fire in our heart space to remind us that we are strong and can heal from anything we have endured. We are capable of great achievements, including forgiveness. It's not revenge we are seeking, it's closure. It's acknowledgement and resolution. Jupiter has now gone retrograde in the sign of Aries, and although it will be in opposition with the moon in Libra today, it will be enshrined to the sun in Leo. The gifts we are about to receive will come from within the spark of our soul's embers, the light we carry, the torch we see by, while deep in the bowels of life's darknesses, will lead us to the solutions we are seeking. We will be tasked to find a way to reconcile our disappointments and discouragements. We will be invited to let our guard down just enough so that others can enter our sphere and walk beside us in the dark. Perhaps it can lend a consolation that even if others cannot offer help, their company can speak volumes of the fact that we are never alone to face life's challenges. In this companionship, we realize that we are all in this together, which provides a perspective of harmony and union in our collective existence. Libra is ruled by Venus, the planet of love and beauty. The moon in Libra pulls at our heart's desires, and brings attention to all we see that adds a twinkle to our eye. Venus is currently trine to Neptune retrograde in Pisces, where it will remain trine even in the following moon phase with Scorpio. Everything revolving around the topic of love and trust will be emphasized, giving us front row seats to the greatest show on earth, the experience of the human condition, compassion, empathy, and unconditional love. This is also the moment in which the masks come off, so that we can reserve the bewitchments we've put on ourselves during weaker moments when fantasy and illusion blanketed the truth. Sometimes we just want to see the best in people. Sometimes we just want to give them the benefit of the doubt and overlook the glaring red flags waving in the wind. We must be mindful not to become snared in the traps of our own making. Venus is pulling back the curtain to show us the full picture so we can learn the full story. We are ready to face it, no matter what it is, so we can meet it in its truth where it stands. Which path do we choose, peace or war? Or do we choose a middle ground of fighting the good fight without allowing anger or violence to lead the way? We cannot forget that Saturn will be retrograde in the sign of Aquarius until October. That means all of our issues of karmic cycles, karmic debts, and karmic adjudication will be on the table. During this moon in Libra especially, we will be walking into the cosmic courtroom to deliberate some of our life's biggest positions of personal justifications. The key to remember is that although we cannot control how others behave and act, we absolutely can control how we behave and act. We are accountable for our actions as well as our thoughts and intentions. What we think about, we bring about. So we need to take extra measure to exercise self-control and direct the current of our thoughts appropriately so that they are constructive. We need to do whatever we can to get out of our heads a little bit better and plant our feet into the earth to be deeply grounded. What we say, think, feel, and do right now matters a great deal. For many lightworkers, things may feel too intense or suffocating, but this will pass. We are reminded that steel is tempered by fire, cooling and force over and over until it's incredibly strong. We are made stronger by life's tempering. This is when we get to see what our limits are, which ignite our positions of courage, bravery, stamina, endurance, and self-discipline. Self-discipline is especially required if we are ever to master ourselves. We cannot run, hide, or pretend our way out of conflict, but we can stand firm and resolute in our position, with an ear to hear new perspectives, eyes to see new angles, and a soul to guide us home to the truth. From MetaVisionaries.com, and from Divine Sistar of the Light, Leah Whitehorse. Mars conjunct Uranus in Taurus. Venus in Cancer sextile the North Node and Uranus in Taurus. The cosmic alarm bell continues to ring and ring and ring. Beep, beep, wake up. It's nerve jangling and the impetus to move fast, maybe too fast. Mars conjunct Uranus is accident-prone, impulsive, easily triggered. Anxiety and an unpredictable atmosphere can be a stressful mix. This kind of energy has the power to catapult us onto a new path. However, it's wise to check in with yourself before initiating change, especially if you feel rebellious or trapped. Snap decisions in the heat of the moment may have unexpected consequences. Stay grounded. Take the time you need to listen to your intuition. The heart's call for freedom can be answered through measured steps, gentle experimentation with new ideas, and openness to change. You don't have to throw everything up in the air to see where it falls, but the time is right for the revolutionary acts if the situation warrants it. Breakthroughs are possible, especially if there has been a need for independence. Be brave, be free. From LeahWhitehorse.com. And today from the Tzolk'in Times, Keen 76, Yellow Spectral Warrior. Spectral is the name for the number 11, and its keywords are liberation, dissolve, and release. The 11th day always offers respite from the agenda that began on day 1 of the wave spell. It's like a day off for everybody, and we are free of whatever we've been dealing with. This is especially good for people who have been struggling with this white world bridger wave spell. such as poor yellow warriors. It is also a good day to release. Today is Yellow Warrior, which represents questioning, fearlessness, and intelligence. This is a great day to take on a mission, to wield your willpower and take no bull. As it falls on a spectral day, this suggests that any mission or quest you take on will be liberating. Another way to look at this is, if your quest is to liberate yourself, by being a warrior you shall succeed. Warrior also teaches us to use the intelligence that we have, to ask questions and gather information before proceeding. These quests are always to do with your spiritual development and not about going to war. The sword you possess represents willpower. It's not about wielding weapons and violence. Today's guide is also Yellow Warrior, and so a double helping of that energy. There is no outside influence, and the energy of the day is more concentrated. And today from Divine Sistar of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio, Yellow Spectral Warrior, 11 Keeb, Keen 76, 2nd of August 2022, Global Rainbow Warrior Day, Grand Rising of the Rainbow Warriors, Liberating Fearlessness, Dissolving Battles, 2/8/2022 equal 286 equal 214 equal 25 equal 7, 8/8 Double Abundance Gate, Day codes 2 Twins, Partner, Cooperation, Duality, 7 Spiritual, Magic, Mystic, Initiation, Solitude, Month Year codes, 8 Infinite Abundant Source Flow, 6 Heaven, Christ Consciousness, Harmony, Family, Fertility, 14 Media, Publicity, Promotion, Recognition, 5 Freedom, Liberation, Change, Transformation. Keen 76 equal 13 equal 4, 13 Cosmic Consciousness, Goddess, a day of endings and closure from the battles of the past, in order to create the foundation of the new time of Cosmic Consciousness. The Spectral Warrior is liberating us from the past. 37 into the 73 coming in, Heaven on Earth. Day 11 in the White World Bridger wave spell of surrender, letting go, forgiveness, networking and building bridges. Today we seek liberation through surrendering all of our fears in order to become multidimensional sovereign beings. Tone of creation, spectral, is the 11th tone of creation. It operates in the emotional realm, and its actions are that of dissolving, releasing, and liberating. This is a very powerful opportunity to release the past and move forward fearlessly free from obstructions. This spectral action, together with the 5 universal month code for August, is highlighting our true liberation. The lion is roaring now. The World Bridger cycle is bringing final closure, dissolving all impediments to you finally claiming your true power. Tone 11 symbolizes a gateway in polarity, inviting you to step through into a new world as the fearless and regal Rainbow Warrior. The Rainbow Warriors must be totally liberated from any limitations in order to pledge allegiance as pure sovereign soldiers of Christ, ready for service on our new quests. Rise up, beloved kings and queens of the new earth. It is time to live like a queen or king. Today's question is, what fears will you surrender, let go, and totally dissolve in order to fearlessly reclaim your power? Finally crossing the rainbow bridge to sit on your golden throne in the new kingdom, liberated and free. Divine blessings for the releasing of all fear and refusing to play small anymore. Stand tall in your sovereign power. The keys to the new earth kingdom are yours. In la ketch a la keen. Christina White Magnetic World Bridger, Keen 66. Keen 76, Yellow Spectral Warrior. The mantra, the code for today is, I dissolve in order to question, releasing fearlessness. I seal the output of intelligence. With the spectral tone of liberation, I am guided by the power of my own power doubled. And on this powerful day of activations, transformations, and manifestations, let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below what you're feeling, what you're seeing, your dreams, your visions, and your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below. and the little bell to get notifications on future updates. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions, and we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. Now, I'd like to take the time to thank everyone supporting us in our work and mission. It's because of your monthly pledges and donations we're able to continue this work. I'd like to thank Divine Sistar of the Light, Maria Richards, for raising your pledge today on Patreon. Thank you very much, Divine Sister. We appreciate you and your continued support. If you'd like to support us with a monthly pledge, you can do so to our Patreon page at whitegoldeagle.com. I'd like to also thank Divine Sistar of the Light, Rita Minster, for another donation. Thank you very much, Divine Sistar. We appreciate you and your continued support. I'd like to also thank Divine Brother of the Light, Robert Holton, for your donation today. Thank you very much, Divine Brother. We appreciate you and your support, and we appreciate all of you that continue to support us in our work and mission. If you'd like to support us with a one-time donation, you can do so to our PayPal account at eaglelovecondor.com. I'd like to also welcome and thank Divine Brother of the Light, Mohammed Qasim, for joining our team on YouTube memberships, and welcome to the tribe of the Eagle and the Condor. I'd like to also welcome and thank Divine Brother of the Light, Nathan Thompson, for your pledge and support on YouTube memberships, and also welcome to the tribe of the Eagle and the Condor. Thank you both very much. We appreciate you and your support. If you'd like to join our membership on YouTube and support us that way, there's a join button under every video on YouTube. I'd like to also thank everyone supporting my Sacred Condors artwork on Etsy. You could purchase our beautiful handmade goddess totems, zodiac goddesses, healing jewelry, and other works of art at lunagoddessart.com. Now we're going to complete today's transmission with a powerful prayer from Divine Sistar of the Light, Aurelia. Prayer for First Ray Healing. God's Will Prayer. In the name of God, I am. I invoke the presence of beloved Master El Moria, Archangel Michael, and all ascended masters and angels of the blue flame love of God's will, to guide and protect me daily and hourly. Archangel Michael, come into my life. Help me overcome all density with your sword of the blue flame. Cut me loose and set me free from all negativity and errors of the past. I ask for a shaft of blue lightning of divine love to be established over my being, over my home, my family, my work, and all my affairs. I call the guidance I need to manifest God's will in all aspects of my life, to fulfill my divine purpose here on earth and make my ascension in the light. I claim for God's will to manifest everywhere on earth as it is in the realms of light and freedom. I give thanks that my request is answered according to God's holy will. And so be it, beloved I am. From the Prayers to the Seven Sacred Flames by Aurelia. Thank you for joining us today, beloved beings of light. Have a most beautiful and blessed week ahead. And keep walking gently your sacred path with heart, with peace and love in every step. And keep shining your light brightly into the night. Be sure to make this day and every day the best day ever. The Eagle and the Condor love you all. Namaste.